I'm just going to go ahead and make a little and control B audio label in the Audacity project and check if any of this usable.
The Scare Quotes Car podcast.
I'm going to make a supercut.
For people who understand that cars, again in scare quotes, are bad, with your friends Rory and Maddie and Peter. What's been going on in Car World?
Car World? Car World,
weekend.
the William Banks thing. Do you guys know about Car World?
No, what's that?
You really? We never talked about this?
Mm-mm.
This has the ring of something we've talked about, but I don't know. I
don't
can't
know.
call it up.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's I think he's a comedian, I believe in New York, who for the last, 6-8 years has been doing this performance art thing, where he, it's a cult, and he came from another planet called Car World, and he's got a message for regular world. Anyway, there's like this huge group of 20 people who pretends to be in this cult.
Mm-hmm.
Really funny, but it is called Car World, and it just keeps happening. It's like
I mean, I feel like we kind of do live in Car World.
yeah, that's I think part of the joke. To be honest, I kind of lost track of it after a long time, but I keep seeing William Banks, he'll be in a video where he's at the club with clavicular,
Oh,
or
God.
he'll be in jail for a long time. He seemed to be in prison for a while, but seems to be going really well.
I hate having to know who these people are. I hate having to learn about a streamer. It's always the worst part of my week when I have to take in information about a streamer from the internet or like an internet personality under the age of 25. It's always like psychic damage that I will never recover from.
I think the part of it that gets to me is like the sensation that these people are being kind of spawned into the world now, where it's like, because I'm not seeing necessarily like any rise in popularity.
Yeah,
or like
you're not there
encountering them,
at the ground level. You're just kind of like,
you just. There's a new guy that you need to know about, and he is being kept in a cage by Peter Thiel, and released to do streaming and to mug people at the club. Anyway.
Yeah. It's like
cool.
when there's a Disney star who becomes like a chart person suddenly, and you have to find out from other people. It's like, no, they were big on Disney Channel. It's like, oh, for children, okay, but like I'm 35.
There's no reason for me to know about that. Yeah,
I
guess
know
there
what's
is a reason now.
If I had children, I might know what's going on Disney Channel. Otherwise, I do not have a motivation to find out what's going on the Disney Channel, which is like I don't.
Even me reading the trades, I don't get that stuff.
Rory's reading the trades. Did you guys hear people are mad at Michelle Yeoh?
Yeah, she said she doesn't understand American politics and doesn't care or whatever.
And everyone had to be like, wait a minute, she's married to who? And it's like, hello, come to Tired Pod, or we could have told you that one. Strange, isn't it?
Yep.
Curious.
Yep. Funny she doesn't have a real... doesn't really have any concerns about the Epstein stuff because
he's in there. Interesting.
Yeah.
Funny.
Quite a lot. Car World stuff, obviously pedo stuff. I think there's a lot of that in the news lately, but I think the big thing that happened in the broader car world that was like discussed this week is the Ferrari Johnny Ive interior.
yeah,
Johnny
saw that.
Ives.
Mm-hmm. So this is the Ferrari's forthcoming electric
crossover
thing.
Yep.
But which we haven't seen, but they did kind of unveil the interior of it.
Yes.
Which is notable for having been designed either completely by or with a lot of input from the guy that basically designed the iPod. Like every other Apple shit from when Apple shit was like.
And you might be thinking Dieter Rams, and it's like, no, just the guy who copied Dieter Rams for his entire aesthetic and career. So Johnny,
who designed the who made the? I mean, I know that he did like the iPod. But what about like go back further? Go back to like the original iMac, the colored ones.
Mm-hmm.
Was that him? Was that Johnny Ives, or was
I don't know.
Somebody before him?
That's a good question. I mean, Johnny Ive to me is like I said, I associate him with that Dieter Rams ripoff style.
Uh-huh.
More so than but let's see if I can look. It doesn't look like he would have done that. Oh wait, yeah, he did the translucent iMacs. He did.
Okay, so he's got a history that is both that both encompasses very clean utilitarian design, but also tiny touch of whimsy.
More. Yeah. So
color.
Jomny Ive, he left Apple in like 2019, I think, and he's started this company, Love From, which is like a design consultancy. This is, I think, the first actual product I've seen from them, I want to say. It's him and a guy named Mark Newsom.
He was at. Was Mark Newsom with a C, right?
No, Mark Newsom with a C. Yeah.
Was he at Ford? Was he one of the guys who did that Ford 021 concept or whatever it was? Do you remember that? That kind of like
he was. That was him. Yep.
That super clean, cute, round sedan, like from the aughts or whatever.
021C.
Yeah. Fucking rad
1999. Car. That was really cool. But so they had this consultancy. They got hired by Ferrari. I guess like in the process of doing this, they delivered to Ferrari 4 like massive reference books that were like the entire kind of history and vibe and like aesthetic history of Ferrari and like kind of like everything that has informed their understanding of the brand.
Yeah.
Which also like
I'd love to see that.
Yeah, I know. It's like I'm way more interested in that than the actual product. But it's I don't know. It's like one of those things where it's like the fucking budget for this project must have been absurd because that's like a year's worth of work for a bunch of people to deliver just the books.
Yeah.
And I will say, like, have you guys seen the interior? Like
I saw. I mean, I read that story and I saw. I mean, I haven't watched the videos, but I did see a bunch of the pics and I mean, you know, and setting aside the fact that like, of course, we're talking about a fucking Ferrari that's going to cost hundreds of thousands of dollars and is completely irrelevant to fucking any of our lives or the lives of anybody listening to this. That aside, just as a kind of exercise aesthetic thing, I think this is cool. I feel like this and you know possibly portends kind of like I think we've all been wondering. It's like at some point the fucking pendulum has to swing back from just like this insanity of just screens and tech in cars. But this seems like a really thoughtful way of kind of marrying kind of the best of what kind of new digital technologies and interfaces can bring to a car and to the experience of operating a car, marrying that with kind of traditional tactile controls and kind of in some forms that we're familiar with because they were arrived at over decades of of refinement and common sense. And that maybe we don't need to throw the fucking baby out with the bathwater entirely. So yeah, I think it's I mean, what I saw of it, it seemed like a pretty cool approach and maybe a cause for some hope, in terms of like, could this influence other projects and other car makers in terms of their ways of thinking.
So I have a different. I really like a lot of the steering wheel is gorgeous and like is one of those things that you look at and you're like, oh, this is going to be such a joy to use. Just like you can see proportions wise and like everything about it looks really nice. And I think like the buttons and switches like themselves look really nice and very like intuitive and like easy to use and like that stuff is great. There is a lot about the actual design that looks very dated to me. That's like of its time. Like, there's a specific like the like main screen is like a very Apple like big aluminum bezel with glass in the middle, and like two little maybe red and yellow type buttons on the top that just look kind of offensively of their time to me, where it's like, oh, this looks like a phone from 10 years ago. And also like, I think regular listeners to the podcast would say like, what object in Rory's life does he hate the absolute most? And it's like, his phone. This is like a constant source of torture for him. So, it's weird because it's like, I think from a functional user standpoint, like it actually looks great. And like, it looks so easy to use. Mm-hmm. But it is from a styling standpoint. It's just like, man, does Johnny Ive have any other stuff that he knows how to do, or is it just?
I mean, I feel you. The way I read it is that the kind of the insistence on those forms, to me feels like almost just kind of like an assertion, they're basically like consciously saying, well, and not even like saying, not even being so much as just like, tying this to Apple specifically or whatever, but it feels almost like just saying flat out, look, this is the form that works. We all fucking figured this out in 2007. It's like there's a reason that your phone hasn't looked any different for the last 20 years now, and your laptop too, and that is that we figured this out. We have solved this, mm-hmm. and to continue to try to iterate it or improve upon it in some way, it's just like, it's like trying to make like a new version of a fucking paper airplane, It's just like, mm-hmm. No, this is the version that works. Just fucking and just kind of take that as just for granted. So it's just like, we're not gonna waste any more time on this. And I guess like it is kind of an extreme statement in that it's like, it's very just kind of Bauhaus and very just like, there's an austerity to it in terms of just like, we're not going to do anything we see no reason to do anything more fun or more kind of ornamental with this. Where, maybe you could have like another approach would just be to integrate that, take those same elements and just kind of style them in a way that is a little less, specifically kind of.
I mean, I think like some of the switches
whatever.
and some of the switches and stuff are pretty Baroque. Like there's a couple like.
Yeah, I mean there's like kind of like toggle switch type things and
like
things
a twist
with
and whatever.
The gauges I thought was kind of fun, and because the way that they combine both physical like actual like moving needles, and physical like dials and gauges, but combining them with digital displays in a way that like foregoes the I mean, obviously because it's a Ferrari, so cost isn't a concern. So whereas, in a cheap car, just the whole fucking dash is just going to be a digital display. But it's like, well, no, we can actually like spend some money and have like a real physical gauge, but kind of mix that with,
I think the gauges are
stuff.
digital, but the gauges are digital, but they're in a binacle. Like they look.
Well, I think isn't like the I feel like at least the speedometer needle or maybe the tack too are both.
No,
because it's electric, so there's no tack. But there's an
animation of it changing. So like if you change modes, it'll actually like change. It just looks a lot like.
I thought it was driven. I thought it was like an actual like gear driven speedometer. Mm-hmm. I thought that I read that somewhere.
I mean, if it is, I don't know how they're doing it because like I said, the numbers change as you switch through the modes.
Huh.
You know what I mean? So like the
maybe the numbers, but what about the needle? The needle itself is the needle not physical?
Needle might be real.
I think it is.
The needle
physical.
might be real. But there's like the launch button is this huge like plunger thing. I mean, a lot of it's really cool looking, and I think like maybe to me it's just like the one part that really struck me as offensive was like the main screen with the two little buttons just look like an icon from when Apple was kind of doing its like skeuomorphic design stuff, where it's like everything is digital but is made to look like it exists in 3D space, and like that to me just seems very dated. And it's almost like a lot of this stuff now that I'm looking at it up close, it's like if they just would have like used black aluminum or darker aluminum in some of the places, it wouldn't strike me so much as like this is an Apple product.
Well, maybe you can get it. It's like you can get your laptop in the carbon gray or the rose gold. So maybe they'll
you could
have
also
a
just
similar
take a Sharpie
thing
to this too.
Yep. Just wrap it
and just Sharpie all of it. Yeah, I just sent a Motor Trend article, and like halfway down there's an animation that shows the speedometer and stuff changing, or the background of it changing.
Oh, okay. Cool.
But yeah, I don't know. It's like to me, it's also like I have like overall, I think the Apple aesthetic is, it just feels like of its time. Like it feels like it, you know what I mean? Like it feels like it's from a different world a little bit. And I think like even like the modern phones and stuff just all feel like again, it's like a just like you were saying, Peter, like the form hasn't changed much, and like this is like like the little squircle kind of like, it's like it just feels dated to me, like it feels old. And I think like that, especially that center stack in the Ferrari thing, feels very like like something that would have looked really fresh 10 years ago. But I don't know.
Yeah, I just think that they're banking on that just being like, that will register that way to people right now, but it will just become so standard and commonplace that like kind of the same way that that in 1997 when you heard like an 808 drum machine,
Yeah.
that would have sounded dated to you then, but
But
now
it's just
like
the sound of,
now that we've all been listening to fucking 808s for like 45 fucking years or whatever, like no, that's just drum sounds, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Drums. Yeah. Oh, normal drums.
that's just electronic drums, you know, and I feel like there might be a little bit of the same dynamic going on with that design language too. That
I mean, this is hitting the point then for me where it's like this sounds like the 808 in 1997, where it's
Right.
like fun ironically, but otherwise seems old.
Yeah.
If it's like earnest, the Ferrari thing overall, I think is like, you know, Ferrari made a huge show of like, we're not doing an EV with Luca di Montezolmo back in the day. And then they like decided to do that. They're like one of the companies that decided to do it. And like now have this albatross of like a hilariously expensive electric vehicle project that is like going to be thrust into a market for EVs that like kind of doesn't exist.
Yeah. Well, it kind
I
of
feel.
Oh, go ahead. Finish your thought.
Well, I think this like Johnny Ive thing, it's like, all right, like, what do we got? You know what I mean? Like, what can we throw at this thing to, you know, because I feel like, you know, whatever, it's a Ferrari. The new Ferrari is going to sell out. They're going to sell every one of these they can make. Like, that's just the way that this goes at this point. But, you got to be wondering what Ferrari's like internal thought. Yeah, I don't know. Like I was gonna say, like there's a point I think like all these automakers where it's like everybody kind of understands the position they're in vis-a-vis the investment they've already made. So like nobody is saying like, hey, maybe we should think about this. You know what I mean? Like maybe we don't have to do this.
I think in the case of Ferrari, I feel like they're kind of uniquely well situated to I mean, because it's not like they didn't do the Porsche thing and just kind of like go all in where it's like, yep, we're gonna fucking transfer our transform our entire product line. It's like for I mean, it was kind of like this understanding that it's like, look, what this fucking company is about. You know, like our entire heritage and our continued appeal is based on this pretty traditional thing. We are entertaining the notion of doing something different to augment that product line. But we're absolutely, we're not about like, we're not going to pretend that we're completely, undergoing some sort of like seismic transformation. So I think it's easy for them to just be like, well, look, this is just a thing that we're doing,
It's
this Electrica
flyer.
Yeah, exactly. And it kind of gives them a little bit more freedom to kind of, I don't know, get a little crazy with it in ways that might end up producing better and more interesting results.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be fine. I think it's, I'm very interested to see like what the actual reception of the car is.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I mean, like as opposed to like Jaguar, right?
Yeah.
Where it's just like completely fucking all or nothing.
All the eggs are in one basket.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like
very small.
And there's one egg, man.
Yeah.
It's like you got one.
The egg is in one
egg.
basket. All your eggs, which is one egg, is in one basket.
It's like, don't fuck up that egg, man. Take really good care of it. Fucking keep it warm. Be very gentle.
Fabergé fucking egg. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Porsche too, a bit. But Yeah. Did you guys see that there has been another defection from the
The
World
Alpine.
Endurance Championship hypercar ranks?
I didn't see who's out.
Yeah, Alpine is
Alpine
out.
Alpine has
Whoa!
announced that this will be that 2026 will be their final year competing in hypercar, and this is a Renault thing. New Renault CEO does not give a shit about motorsports, and also like I mean, and this is another one where it's like they've gone all in with fucking electrification and things are not going so great. So they're cutting a lot of stuff. So I mean, kind of not dissimilar from the Porsche withdrawal from
Yeah.
hypercar.
Yeah. And also probably less of a bummer. I mean, it's like the Porsches were very competitive and competent, didn't have a competition reason to not have confidence in their
Yeah, well, and,
and
and yeah, I mean, and there is a chance that the Porsches will come back at some point, possibly even before kind of they're working on new regs for 2030.
Yeah.
Just kind of streamlining them a bit between the two classes, the LMDH and LMH kind of versions. Just bring those down into one spec. But I think Roger is very antsy to get back and is kind of
get his Le Mans win.
holding their feet to the fire a little bit. I don't know how how much of a difference it'll make, but we'll see. But Porsche will be back. I don't know at some point to top class endurance racing. Alpine, which is unfortunate because I mean that car has shown some promise. I mean, especially they won a race last season, towards the end of the year, and they've got a bunch of good drivers. But yeah, it's kind of a bummer that this will be their last year, but lots more coming. So,
I just saw an interesting Red Bull Formula One wheels are now solid. There's no opening at all for venting. There's no opening for aero purposes. It's one solid piece, which is really fucking rad. I think like that's like early 60s, like pre-aero thing. The last time that's been.
It's like moon discs.
Yeah. Like you remember like the Lotus, like the Jim Clark Lotus, whatever.
Yeah.
It had those like kind of, they look like Fuchs with no holes, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
They look like that. That's really cool. Sorry, aside.
Got to bring it back, man. I think
Yeah.
like that was an early kind of like aero thing, like when aerodynamics went mainstream, when that became a thing in the early 80s. The kind of flush
Aero disc, yeah.
like I mean I'm thinking of like go image search a 1982 Trans Am, like Pontiac Trans Am, and they had like these great kind of bowling ball wheels. That's what everybody called them, because they're just like these black discs with like cutouts for the lugs. It looked like a fucking bowling ball. And I mean they weren't particularly good looking, but to me that was just like, it was so avant-garde, to 12-year-old me. It was like,
exciting.
Whoa, cool. And then of course they just fucking, they went away.
Yeah. It's
Everybody
like,
just
these
went,
break.
yeah, it's like,
These don't work.
yeah, people don't like these. They just want the cooler look, they want actual good looking wheels instead. And so we just those kind of fell by the wayside. But I feel like, yeah, it's fun. It's fun to see some aero wheels getting back in there.
Yeah, I'm stoked. It's really good. What else is happening in car world? I feel like not a ton. Did we talk about the NHTSA AI thing?
No, I don't think I know about
Do
this.
you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Okay, so it's like the head of the national. It's actually not NHTSA. It is. It's worse than that. It's the Department
God.
of Transportation.
Well, that's not surprising.
Yeah. So U.S. Department of Transportation is planning. The new head of it is Gregory Zerzan. It is the first agency that is fully
Sci-fi
enabled
ass
to
name.
use AI to draft rules.
Yay.
So this is like
Cool.
this is the
Ah, yeah.
yeah.
I thought it was
This is
going to be rules about using AI, like to regulate the use of AI in a car. But no, this is about using AI to write the regulation.
Cool. Sick.
Yeah,
Great.
this is about using
Awesome.
AI to determine the processes and requirements that keep planes from falling out of the sky
Yeah.
Awesome.
at any moment.
Yeah.
So his notes, this is a quote from the head of the DOT. We don't need the perfect rule on XYZ. We don't even need a very good rule on XYZ. We want good enough. We're flooding the zone.
I did see that quote, and I guess it didn't register what the context was.
This is about aviation
that's-
regulations.
That is, yeah, that's fucking awesome.
This is the most accelerationist
Flood
thing
the
I've
zone.
ever heard. We're gonna flood the zone, but for planes.
We're gonna flood the zone.
We're gonna flood the
with
zone.
just fucking shit.
It's like they don't need to be good. They don't even need to be. They just need to be good enough. It's like
We're gonna get it wet. Let's get in there.
I don't know. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it is.
Flood
Yeah.
the zone.
Flood the zone.
This was like when I read this kind of like. I think a large feature in this era is like the stupidity. It's like, remember that column in the last
Just like
Trump
really
thing where it was like,
aggressive stupidity, man. It's like
yeah, but it's like
Incredible.
remember the column that was like the cruelty is the point, where it's like
Yes.
the point is the yeah.
yeah.
I think this time like the stupidity is part of it's like we are but it's like I guess this kind of fell apart for me because it's like there would have to be some super smart person at the top who is like, oh, we're tormenting them by doing all this stupid shit.
Right.
I haven't seen any evidence of that per se, but it does seem like the stupid shit, the degree to which everything is stupid does seem maybe particularly aimed at making certain people feel insane when they come across this stuff. But
Well, it's functional. That's a knock-on effect that we all go crazy.
Yeah, I
but
was gonna say.
the primary effect is that a lot of things go very wrong, and the secondary effect is that we all sit here and go insane about it.
yeah,
But it's a good
yeah.
secondary.
It's like I don't know
effect.
if yeah, it's like I don't know if they actually are trying to torment us, but it is like
It's happening.
you wouldn't do it differently. Yeah,
I mean,
you wouldn't do it differently.
It's
Flood the zone.
it's taking the philosophy of move fast and break things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which I feel like initially was kind of like developed as like bringing this kind of contrarian mindset into like we got to shake things up. We got to we got to go into this fucking stagnant environment and really just fucking like we got to disrupt, right? And this is and by doing this is going to be like the engine of progress, and by breaking things up, like we are like like making things more fertile for like new possibilities and for like improvement and new things that for progress and moving forward. What this feels like is just like it's just like stripping away any of that context or intention, and just like embracing just the literal part of breaking things,
Right.
just completely like unmoored from any of that other stuff. It's just like, no, the point is just to break things.
Right. Well, move fast, break things was said by people whose job was like, don't forget a semicolon at the end of your line of code,
Yeah.
because then something will go. This is like in the real world.
No,
You
the
cannot-
the thing that you are breaking is
The real thing is a plane.
It's a gigantic fucking machine that costs hundreds of thousands of dollars and will take fucking weeks to take apart and repair.
As if it's not bad
I mean, best
enough
case
for
scenario, like
planes.
that's the dot. It's like, yeah, this is a plane with 300 people on it. And I think like Maddie, what you were saying is correct. Like the move fast, break things. Like Mark Zuckerberg said that about early Facebook, which is like about the least consequential product.
Exactly.
And
yes.
And also of note, turned out really bad for the world. Like that whole process
It's going bad.
ended up really bad.
Going
So it's
super
like
bad, actually.
even though it was like an inconsequential product at the time, it became consequential in a lot of very bad ways. You know, a lot of it is because of that approach of like,
Yes.
that devil may care kind of approach to developing or whatever. But it's like,
Yeah. Disrupting the social contract, which is always good to disrupt.
yeah, it is like, I think in a lot of these cases too, it's like people of a certain age who really got into tech, people who are like running a lot of companies now, or of the age to be running a lot of companies now, took all of those, like they love saying move fast and break things because Mark Zuckerberg said it when he was 23 or whatever.
Right.
But it's like, that doesn't fucking apply to everything. It doesn't
Exactly.
apply.
It applies to
Right.
very
To
few
every, like-
things. I would say
Yeah.
a very tiny proportion of things you will ever work on involve like move fast and break something first. Most things in
Yeah.
life are measure twice, cut once. At minimum, like to start.
Yeah. And it's like it's like don't be afraid of fucking up is kind of like the easier way to say the move fast to break things
Right.
thing. But it's like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it doesn't
I mean, there are a
literally
lot of
mean
things-
break things.
Doesn't mean
Yeah.
break it on
And, like, there are-
purpose.
And it's like,
Yeah.
and flooding the zone.
Flooding the zone.
Like in a similar sense.
We're gonna flood.
Like,
Flooding the zone.
like,
it's really bad. And it's also just like, all of this is like that Silicon Valley tech mindset, which is stupid to begin with, and the product of a lot of very shallow, stupid thinking, being absorbed by even dumber people
Yes.
who also are 20 years too old to have gone through that process and learned any lessons from it. You know what I mean? It's like they weren't there at Facebook during the move fast and break things era where like they could see the impacts and effects of how that attitude kind of like played out in the company. They just like read about it in a book or saw it in a movie, and they're like, oh yeah, that's just a thing that like that is my ethos that like defines my approach to my work now. It's bad, man. I don't know. Like this is like
It's bad. It's bad. It's all bad. It's
It's
pretty
so
bad.
it's bad, man.
It's going bad.
I think like I said, I've said this before on the pod, but it's like it's one of those things where it's like really testing my cool, ironic remove approach to this stuff, where it's just like, okay, this has gotten too stupid now. I can't be chill about it.
Yeah.
Oh, there's this huge thing online this week about Chris Hayes. You know, there's like this huge, like very obviously like coordinated PR push around AI. They're doing the like, oh, is AI sentient? Is AI like, is it a god or whatever? It's like, you know, it was in the Atlantic. It was in like
Yes
the New York,
and
like all
yes.
these different, yeah. But it's like, and then the people are being fed this like, and it's a response obviously to like the hype train, like
to the
are
fact
kinda-
that the market is starting to second guess.
Yeah, yeah, and it's like
commitment to
but-
AI.
yeah, and it's like now, and it's funny because it's like this is another one of those things, but it's just like we've talked about this on the pod too, but it's like the reason this stuff doesn't work is ultimately down to like just the basic functions of capitalism, where it's like you can't make money on this. Like, oh, it's not a business then. It's like it's so funny because it's like, oh, this is the moonshot. This is like whatever, and it's like, well, there's one key difference between this and the moonshot, and it's like if this starts to look unlikely, you will run out of money. And like that's the difference. Like that's the system asserting itself. But I think like anyway,
and that's why they're all insisting that I mean, a while back you had like a few weeks or months ago you had God, who was it? Was it Teal, or was it like one of those guys? Basically saying, I was like, well, we think it would be totally proper for the government to
Sam Altman.
It was you're right. It was Altman, basically saying like this is a national security issue, and ultimately, the government is going to have to underwrite our
backstop this. Yeah, but it's like,
fuck, dude.
That's you want to shake the confidence of the market, start saying stuff like that. But I think like the and it's like they probably will get bailed out. I mean, I think like the Trump administration is deep enough in the stuff that they probably will use our tax dollars to take care of this situation. But anyway, they're doing this PR push around like, is it sentient? Is it like, is this going to destroy all jobs, all white collar jobs or whatever? And there was some like national pundit, whatever, who's got a high six figures job writing one column a month, and was like, the left should really be invested in making a plan for what happens if this all comes true and it all like wipes out all these jobs. And it's like, why? Like,
why is it our problem?
That probably won't happen, but it's like, I don't have any fucking power. Like, I don't have any, like, you know what I mean? It's like, what am I? Like, I am the most along for the ride guy that there is. Like, it's like I could make a plan. Like, I have all kinds of plans. I think
the only real plans that you could make for that eventuality, or to forestall that possibility, would be ones that would land anybody involved in prison.
Like Terminator 2 type plans. Those are like, you could do that stuff, but it's like, A, even that wouldn't even change anything. And B, it's like but it's like it's so funny to listen to like these people, and I mean I think increasing like that like pundit class or whatever, totally unmoored, like totally like not. And it's like, I don't know, maybe their job, and maybe they're in that position because like they have to pretend that everything is like, it's like, well, when we have the midterms this fall, we can vote them out or whatever. It's like, that's not what's happening here, guys. Like, that's not what we're doing. And it's also like that's the AI thing too, is it's just like, what if this succeeds on its merit and replaces all, 50% of jobs in these? Like, so then what we'll probably want to do is have like UBI, and then like a really robust like social safety net for people who lose their jobs, and like we'll retrain people. And it's like, none of that shit's fucking happening. Like, if that happens, what'll happen is everybody will be out of a job, and that's it. Like, that's just the end. It's like,
it's over.
But it's like,
it's like, bro, we can't even fucking get healthcare together. I mean, we've been fucking working on that for fucking, decades.
Like, there are bridges collapsing. I can drive to see bridges that are currently collapsing. It's like, but it's like, don't worry about what the plan is, dude. Like, it doesn't matter.
Do not trust the plan. There's no plan. Don't trust anything.
Not only is there no plan, but there's no use for a plan. Like, there's no reason to have a plan. It's like
there's no foundation around. There are no variables which I could base a plan around that I could feel any confidence.
Well,
in.
But there's also no mechanism for me to enact any part of the plan.
No.
Yeah.
The smart goal is what's a measurable outcome? I lay on the ground and I hope that
Yeah.
a car doesn't hit me like in a too painful a
Yeah.
spot when it happens. Like there's no
Yeah.
there's no fucking Department of Labor has to pay to send me back to school for me to get a job because there's no jobs. There's no job. There's nothing.
Yeah. It's so. It's like the idea that like we, as in like whatever blue sky users or whatever, should be formulating some kind of a plan to rescue ourselves in the case where 50% of white collar jobs are destroyed. It's like it's just it's so offensive, and it's also like you are so stupid to have that thought. Like
Yeah,
that like it's like, what do you think is happening here?
What is
Like
your analysis
I don't know,
of
like
power? How does your brain conceive of
just
the
like
world?
like game that out. Like what's like I
Yeah.
said, like what is this circumstance under which like having a plan would be of any use to you whatsoever? And it's like I don't know. I guess the one thing too.
A plan that doesn't involve militias.
Yeah, exactly. Plan that doesn't
Even that, even that. It's like
Right.
that's what I'm saying. It's like
Yeah.
like how many would you have to before you get to any meaningful impact here? And it's like
a lot.
a lot.
A lot.
I think like, but it's so funny, and it's like, I don't know. I mean, I think like and I gotta go here in a second, but the funny thing about this whole tech thing and like the whole like, there are all these instances where like this. Like I remember, like EVs is a really good one. EVs is like probably a good thing on balance that didn't happen, but it was like EVs were being pushed very hard relative to other types of products. There was a lot of momentum, and there was a lot of talk, I think, like in the car business and outside of the car business, of like this is an inevitability. This is happening, and I think like. That was, I mean, there's still people who believe that, and I think people who I respect and who know their stuff believe that. But I think like, you know, I can remember the timelines. I can remember like the automakers making their kind of plans and pronouncements or whatever. But I can also remember them having like this sense of certainty around like about how and when this was all going to happen. And it's like, ultimately, consumers just said no to it. I mean, I think like there's more to it than that, but it's like people didn't buy the cars, and it's like it's like for whatever reason, like there's a lack of investment, there's like a lack of like support federally, like all kinds of stuff, but it's like people just rejected the product, and I think like that same thing is happening with the AI thing. It happened with the blockchain thing. It happened with like the NFTs and all that stuff, where it's just like people just didn't want it. And it's like, or metaverse is a better example, where it's just like we built this whole fucking thing, and it's just like, oh, this.
Well,
I
and the
don't
thing that
fucking
all
care
of
about
those
this.
things have in common is that ultimately they weren't even designed to be like fucking successful products. They were just these fucking ways of just gassing up the fucking stock value, or just give like basically being like a way for people on the inside to just make a bunch of fucking quick cash and then get out before
that's
fucking like
that's the whole. And I think like that. I guess like my part of the point here is like that is in the post Facebook, like post Silicon Valley era.
right.
That is the whole economy, and that is the whole like
Yeah,
that's the
all
only way
that's left.
to make money. It's the only way to it's like these little temporary ephemeral projects that are like, I raised a bunch of money, investment money.
Yeah.
I paid myself a massive salary. I got out.
Yes.
And like, and that's it. Like, it doesn't have to ever like making it into a product is somebody else's problem or it's somebody's problem. It's just like, or there's another thing to move on to.
Yeah.
But my point is it's like this AI thing has every earmark of like a technology that is being kind of disregarded by the public in the sense that like it is not being adopted at a big enough clip um, where you can ever hope to make money making an AI. Like that's just like, you know, you're whatever, you're a half a trillion dollars into it. You plan to be $1 trillion into it. There's all this expense needed to get to the point where you think maybe some people would sign up or like find this useful or productive or like a, you know, a help in their job or whatever. But it's the first time where like I've seen this where you're like, oh, maybe there's enough desperation in this one now where it's like they have to force it through. Like they have, you know what I mean? Where it's like
Yeah.
the metaverse thing was just like, well, fuck it. Like we fucked up.
I mean,
We
it's the
wrote down.
same thing. Yeah, no, it's the same. I mean, it's like what I was just saying the other day about Bitcoin, where I don't see Bitcoin ever going to zero just because there's, I mean, it's, there are too many people invested in it. And when I say people, I mean, just like, well, no, I mean like fucking people
Like powerful
in
people,
power.
Donald Trump.
Yeah. That it's like, no, they need this, they need for this to, and so they'll, whatever it fucking takes. Can we just finish with, just, I mean, a story from a couple of weeks ago,
Yeah.
that I think just kind of underscores all of this. And we haven't talked about Elon, in a while. We've had kind of a nice break, but I feel like it it bears remarking upon that that the Tesla Model S and Model X is the Falcon wing one are being discontinued. End of an era, and the reason, the ostensible or the purported reason that they are being discontinued is because Tesla is committing $20 billion and their
Factory space.
all of their kind of energy into making Optimus 3 humanoid robots that according to Elon Musk will, quote, move the needle on US GDP.
I yeah.
Which I don't know, man. It's so fucking funny on its face. The idea that like these robots that are like humanoid robots that cost what, like $5,000 or something,
I think like
or
$20,000. Yeah.
it's like, this is gonna. It's like, well, nobody's buying her fucking shitty 10-year-old cars anymore. So, but you're gonna love our fucking our Rosie the fucking Jetsons robots. It's like the dream is real.
I mean,
and then a week later, another story. Tesla to a $100 trillion market cap. Yeah. Elon Musk's response may shock you. It's like, no, Elon. Apparently, Elon thinks that's totally ridiculous, totally reasonable expectation. And
I think like this is the thing that I talk about, like where you can learn a lot about the world through cars, but it's like Tesla and Elon have been such a huge part of my like scales falling off the eyes thing. Yes. Because it's like, if you need to demonstrate how fake the economy and business and tech and all that stuff is, it's like, just spend an hour reading the Tesla Wikipedia page. And it's like, the thing is, it's like I read Tesla Model S, Model X getting wound down, and I'm like, oh, they're winding down the company, like,
Right.
because those are like two very old products. They don't have the money, obviously, or don't have whatever desire or whatever to replace them with another car. And it's like Model S, like, does the world need another model, like full size EV sedan? No. Model X does make sense as a product, like more than some of their other stuff. But it's like whatever. They were a piece of shit to begin with. They're now super old. I mean, it's like Model X is 10 years old, but it's built off of Model S architecture, which is even older.
Yeah.
Like nobody has a 10-year-old EV. Like that's just like ancient technology. But the humanoid robot thing and the AI thing, it's just like, I mean, we talk about it all the time, but it's just like the Elon, like, how does he keep getting away with this thing where it's like, and I don't even think, like, obviously, like, the easy explanation is like the market is very credulous, but it's like,
it's not just that it's credulous. It's that it needs to believe that our fucking entire fucking economy is it's dependent upon the belief.
Yeah. But even the thing is, like, even if it's like you have to assume there's like a layer of like very savvy people at the most evil type funds and banks in the world. And it's like, those people know that the meme stock thing at Tesla is kind of immaterial, where it's like the fact that they're never going to do any of this stuff, they're never going to land on the moon, no one wants a humanoid robot or whatever. It's like, yeah, but can we right now create conditions where the stock price goes up,
right,
and we make a bunch of money? It's like, sure, yeah, we can do that. Like,
yep.
And that's like, that's the thing that just keeps, like, that's the Elon's whole life, is just this experience of saying dumb shit, you know, a large portion of the world being credulous enough to believe him, and then the actual like power brokers, you know, who undergird and kind of organize all this stuff, just understanding that they can keep pumping it and making the money. But it's like, it's depressing, man. It's like it just, like I said, it's the old thing of like, how does he keep getting away with this thing? But it's like, man, it's just like, it works every time. And it like, yeah, it's like there's no amount of him seeing dumb or high or out of it or like
deranged or irresponsible or strange online or anything,
or living on in an alternate reality.
Yeah. I mean, it is. I mean, it like, it's kind of, it's very obvious to the point where no one has remarked on it in the last year, but like, or last whatever 6 months, but like this whole Epstein thing where it's like, you do have to remember that like 15 years ago, just being named in something like this, like, you'd at least have to resign.
I know.
Like, you may not go to prison, but you'd be like embarrassed and be like, oh, I gotta like exit from public life. Like, a bunch of people who got like Me Too'd left their jobs or whatever, quit on over less stuff. You know what I mean? Like, over less horrifying stuff.
And some of them just roll back now too, because they're like, "Oh, people aren't going down for Epstein.
Sure,
I can come back."
But like, at least they had to take a break and like issue a public apology.
Sure.
This thing is like, yeah, you're implicated in the largest global pedophilia and sex trafficking operation to have come to light in America in the last 50 years, and everyone's like, "Yep." All right. Anyway, building these robots.
Yeah,
so,
it's like, can we move this along? We're, that's not really, whatever. Like,
hey, it's a who's who, man. It's like, I kind of feel like it's a demerit if you're not in there. I mean, none of us are in there,
Yeah.
which I think is it just evidence of how little fucking juice.
The one time that I tried to go to, they almost kicked me out. They didn't want me there.
It's true. Exactly. That's true.
I mean, was I able to ingratiate myself with them over time? Absolutely. But at first, they didn't want me.
Well, this is the
The,
whole like Whitney Webb thesis,
Yeah.
though, is that like you are more you are a better asset to the elite, the rest of the elite class, if there is some horrible blackmailable thing they can hold over you to make you more easily influenced and more beholden to your
Yeah.
collective safety and interests of those things not being exposed. Like the whole idea is that by being compromised, you are
Sure.
more valuable to the political machine that can then influence you. And by being
Totally.
not a sex criminal of some kind, you are disadvantaged in some way because you can't be influenced.
Yeah, we're on the fucking outside looking in.
Yeah, I can never run for office for many
Yeah.
reasons, but that's up there.
It is a very like, it's one of those things that like, again, it's like you're in the water now and you're not recognizing the fact that you're in the water,
Yeah.
but it is like, sometimes you're reading the Epstein stuff and you're like, it's crazy that no one's going to get in trouble for this.
I know.
It's like, except poor Ghislaine,
Yeah.
just trying to carry on her father's legacy. She got,
She just wanted to
got
post on
going
Reddit,
business.
you know? That's all she wanted to do,
I
was
know.
post on Reddit all day.
but all right, I think that's a suitable.
Yeah,
suitably depressing
we've ended in
end
our
to the
usual
pod.
position.
It's a great one.
All right, I gotta run.
Yeah.
I've got, all right, we'll see, boys.
Stay tired.
Stay
Peace.
tired.
Thank you.
Stay tired.
Perfect.
All right.
Oh, another fun one.
Have fun with that.